Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing 921 on leetcode, minimum add to make parentheses valid, and this question is currently being asked by Facebook. Hey guys, so today we're doing minimum add to make parentheses valid. The problem description says, given a string S of open and close parentheses, let's find the minimum number of positions we would need to add an open or close parenthesis to make the parentheses valid. So essentially it says parentheses string is valid if it's empty, or if for an open parenthesis we have a closed parenthesis rather. So let's look at these inputs that they give us. So our first example, we have open, close, open. This gives us an output of 1, and this is because this last parenthesis right here doesn't have any partner. So we have an output of 1. And then two other cases that we need to consider are an input of just open, and this would give us an output of 3. And then the last case would be an input of just close parentheses, and that would give us an output of 2. So essentially, an approach that we could come up with, one approach could be a stack, and we could just add, and let's do this with example 1, which is just this and then that. We could add it to the stack if it's open, and then pop that value off the stack if there's an open to match the close if it's a current close. Otherwise, add another open to the stack. So in this case, we would add these open to the stack, and then we'd go to the next one, which is a close, so we'd pop this off the stack, and then we go to the last one, which is a close, and because there's no open, we'd add that to the stack and then return length of stack. This would give us the right solution. It would take O of n time and O of n space, the space to create a stack in the worst case. But let's try to do this a little bit better, and we could do this with a pointer approach. So essentially, if we just had pointers pointing to the current balance of our input string, then we could solve this. So if we use this example, and like I talked about with my 3 examples from lines 5 to 12, there's like 3 cases. So in order to keep track of these 3 cases, I'm going to use 2 variables, a balance variable, which I'm going to set to 0, and then a min add variable, which I'm going to set to 0, and I'm going to return min add at the end. So essentially, we're going to increment balanced, inc balanced if we see an open paren, decrement balanced if we see a closed paren and balanced is greater than 0, and then increment min add if we see a closed paren and balanced is less than or equal to 0. So this covers my 1 case, my 2 case, my 2nd case, and my 3rd case. And essentially, just to run that on this example on line 24, we have balanced and min add. We're going to set those equal to 0 and 0 to start. And then we're going to have to walk through the array. If we walk through when we're at pointer A, we're going to increment balance 1. So now we're going to walk through pointer A to the closed parenthesis, so we're going to decrement this to 0. And then we're going to walk one more to the last one. We have a closed parenthesis. Our balance is less than or equal to 0, so our min add is going to be incremented 1. And then after we do all this, return min add plus balanced in case we have additional open parentheses that need closed parentheses. So this would give us an O of n, or linear time complexity, and an O, a constant space complexity. So this looks like a good solution, so let's code it up. So I want to have balanced and min add and set them equal to 0. And then now I want to walk through my array. So I'm just going to call it pointer 1 equals 0. So while pointer 1 is less than length of string, if s at pointer 1 is an open parenthesis, I want to increment balanced elif s at pointer 1 equals a close parenthesis and my balanced is greater than 0. I want to just decrement balanced. And then my last case is just that it's a closed parenthesis, but my balanced is less than or equal to 0. So I can just say min add plus equals 1. And then at the end I want to return min add plus balanced. So given that this works, this solution should work. Let's see if there's any syntax errors. It's running. Okay, time limit exceeded. So essentially the problem we're having here is that I forgot to increment my pointer. I could have also used a for loop, so I wouldn't have had to think about that, but this should solve the problem. Cool, so that looks like it runs. Let's see if it runs on all the test cases. And it does. Cool, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions you want me to do, please leave them in the comments down below or message me on Patreon. If you like what I'm doing, please become a patron of me. My link's down below, and like and subscribe to see more. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace.